It is officially the end of week 2 for working out, and I just wanted to share my results so far. I lost a pound, so I went from 128 to 127. I'm really not too concerned about that part because that part will come the more that I work out. And my right thigh and left thigh both evened out. They went from a 20.5 inch and a 21 inch to 19. So I lost there. My left and right bicep evened out to 11. So I actually ended up bulking up my left bicep by 1/2 inch to match my right. And my hips were originally 40. I went down to 39.5. And I know my hips take a really long time to come down. Even before, when I was working out with my trainer beforehand, they took a while to come down. My waist was a 32.5, and it's down to 30.5. So I'm down 2 inches there. My lower waist was 35.5, and now it's down to 33.5. So I'm down 2 inches there. And I didn't do my bust because it's not really going to change that much, but I am down in all areas except for one where it was really important for me to even up my left bicep. And yeah, we're going into week 2. We're upping the intensity. We're going 20 minutes a day now on the cardio, 100 squats a day, and looking at possibly increasing either more reps or higher weight. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite.
Hey guys, we are going into week 4 now. We are actually in the middle of week 4, and as you can see by the bags underneath my eyes, I haven't been sleeping that well. And sometimes you just gotta take a minute and take care of you first. So I haven't been working out the last couple of days. I haven't been eating out of control, which has been nice. Like, I've been eating actually kind of in a bit of a food funk. Nothing really tastes good, but I'm still eating. But I'm not eating like a lot. So it's weird for me. I don't know. But I just wanted to pop on here for the vlog just to reiterate that taking care of your mental health is so important. And right now, the postpartum is really kind of taking its toll on me. And I noticed it since I've had a couple of cycles already. I've noticed that when it gets close to my cycle, my PMDD is really bad now. And I get in a very depressive funk, a very ragey kind of state. And I've had to do a lot of inner soul searching and really digging deep and trying to root out what is causing this. And sometimes it's just hormones. I really feel like I'm in the middle of a identity crisis with being like a only person, or only having me and my husband to deal with for so long, that now it's like we have this little person. I'm a mom now, and it's part of my identity, but I don't, what else is my identity? Who am I now, like, cohesively? And it's a lot to process. I have hopefully going to have a couple of sessions with a life coach from back home in New York that I grew up. She's actually grew up as my photographer. Now she's a life coach, but I'm really hoping that can kind of help give me a baseline to just refocus in and really kind of recalibrate some things, because I feel very low right now, and working out helps me mentally, but I have to have the energy. Like, I'm not eating enough to like give myself energy. So with the PMDD, I definitely don't want to eat a lot because it's like the depressive state. So you go down. So food is kind of like, bleh. But I know I need to eat, so I am. And this is just a part of the process with postpartum depression and anxiety, and also having getting the hormones back on track with the PMDD and stopping breastfeeding, and you have another hormone shift after you dry up and stop breastfeeding. So there's a lot of hormonal things going on in my body right now, and I just feel like it's all hanging around and it's overwhelming. It causes a lot of messing with your head, and I'm gonna try to work out today, bike ride and squats, and maybe today will be a good day to sit down and talk about postpartum depression and anxiety like I've been wanting to, and also the pressures of breastfeeding and the emotional toll breastfeeding takes on the mind and the body. And when you have postpartum depression and anxiety, how sometimes it's just not possible to overcome one or the other. So I'm gonna sign off here and say I will check in after if I have worked out. If I do check in, I'm gonna be very proud of myself because I haven't worked out in like 3 or 4 days, which I don't like getting into these funks of these dips of doing like 2 weeks, pretty much 12 days out of those 14 days of working out strategically and hard and feeling great and feeling good. But again, it's getting close to that time of the month, and the week before I usually do have a emotional dip. So now it's learning to recontrol and reframe my mind when I have these emotional dips so that I can still be productive and still be active and present and functional when I have those dips, and kind of relearn how to do that. So hopefully I'll be checking in with you guys here in a couple hours after a semi-workout. So we'll see. I have one more round of abs to do, and then I have to do another round of 3 sets of biceps and triceps on the tower system. But my mood is kind of leveled out. I have scheduled an appointment with a counselor who actually she's been my family photographer for years, and I just found out she got her certification in counseling and life coaching. So I'm going to be luckily talking with her on Monday. I'm super excited because as a new mom, I feel like I really need to have some direction and really have somebody outside of my bubble to kind of talk to and bounce ideas off of, because I'm honestly in a little bit of like a self-identity crisis thing, balancing everything as being a new mom. My eyebrows are ridiculous. Oh my gosh, this quarantine has not been kind to the waxing process. But yep, we're getting back to normal. So all this excess is from baby boy, and we are working it out. We are doing the best we can. We are working with what we got. I know that my situation is like minuscule compared to some women's postpartum, but for me, having a eating disorder in the past and having body dysmorphia, it's like I need to feel like I'm in shape, or else my mental health goes down the drain. So we will talk about that in my postpartum depression and anxiety video, but which might already be out by the time I post this week 2-3 routine. So back to working out. As you can obviously see, I just got out of the shower and my bangs are now back to a normal, humanly acceptable length. Really quick update for the end of week 3 and 4. Start of week 3 was great. Towards the end of week 3 into the beginning of week 4 was not so great for me. I took like 4 to 5 days out of the 14 days off from working out. I still tried to jump on the bike on the off days, but dealing with a lot of mental stuff, which I will again talk about in a video. And some days you just have to give yourself a break, give yourself some grace, realize I'm coming up on 16 weeks postpartum tomorrow, so I've been a month now back in the workout game. I'm feeling better. I'm looking better. I am getting results. Sometimes giving yourself a moment feels like you're backtracking, but you're not. I gained a pound back this week, so I went from 127 to, or 128, 127 back to 129. However, I knew because of the lack of days working out that would probably happen. It's a lot easier to put on weight than it is to take it off, especially when it's like baby weight. And I'm not trying to rush this. I know it's gonna take probably a couple of months. I said I wanted to be back down to 120 by August, and that would have been a possibility if I kept breastfeeding and pumping. However, for my mental health and for the sake of my son, because he didn't do too well on breast milk, even though I cut everything out of my diet, he just didn't do well. I had to stop. So you gain pounds back. I gained 4 pounds back from stopping breastfeeding. So I don't have that helping me anymore, which it helped me get down a significant amount of weight, like 25 pounds almost. So I can't really complain. But yeah, I just wish that my mental game wasn't so strong this week, but it was, and I had to play it. So I will catch you guys week 5 and 6, and hopefully starting tomorrow on Monday, July 5th, it will be officially 16 weeks postpartum. So my son will turn 4 months the following next week. So it's crazy. So yeah, just remember to give yourself a little grace on those weeks where you don't feel it or do it as good or as well as you know you could do it. So, one love, guys.